Hello? Yeah, Kville? Yeah, this is Newman. I know where you got them shoes checks now. Yeah, I was expecting your call. Yeah, y'all need a new consultant for this TV show you got here so you can get New Orleans down, huh? Yeah, I've been taking notes. Now, the first thing you got to do is you got to have more shootings in every show, okay? But you can only shoot people in, like, tourist areas, like, you know, like Jackson Square or maybe Cafe Du Mall, okay? I mean, the tourist commission's going to love that sort of stuff, okay? And the rule of thumb would be you want to kill enough people every episode that you depopulate New Orleans by Easter, all right? You got that? Hold on a second. I got another line. Bobby Jindal? Yeah, sure. Yeah, I know who he is. Yeah, big brain, no heart. Yeah, I got to thinking. We had two governors in a row in Louisiana that ain't got no brain. Now we might have one that ain't got no heart. So living in Louisiana is kind of like living in the Wizard of Oz. But I don't know if I can vote for him or not. But then I saw this commercial, and it said that he was against child molestation. Yeah, because you see, I was a little bit unclear about that. But, you know, now maybe, yeah. Okay, look, I got to go back to the line. Okay, Kville people, yeah, look, now, this accent, the New Orleans accent, you know, you guys from Hollywood, you always come in here and try to do this accent, and you never get it right, okay? And it hurts our feelings, okay? So I'm going to tell you how to get the New Orleans accent right down pat. Okay? It's very simple, all right? The New Orleans accent is kind of like Klingon. But it's like a Klingon that was raised by crackers in rural Alabama, all right? Now, you got to have a little French in there, so I got my partner. He's a collector. He's got some hog-head cheese made out of Maurice Chevalier. You take a little hunk of that, and you put it in a coffee filter. You put it in front of your face, and you speak like a baby Klingon that was raised by crackers in rural Alabama, and you got that accent New Orleans right on. Okay, you got that? Okay, now write that down, all right? Look, I got some another line. Hello? Foster Campbell? Sure, no, yes, he's a guy who wants to get rid of the state income tax. Yeah, it's going to cure for everything. It's going to cure acne and cancer and everything. And he also said that if it was up to him, if he got elected, he would let Edwin Edwards out of prison immediately. Goodbye. Okay, Kville. Now, his name, I mean, it was beautiful. In the first show, the bad guy, I don't know how much you paid the writers in Hollywood for this name, but it was beautiful. It was perfect. Okay, Rex Dubois. Oh, man, that was wonderful. I mean, the only thing that could have been better, maybe, I don't know, maybe Momus Etouffee, you know? But look at the New Orleans phone book. You got all these LeBlancs. You should name all your white characters LeBlanc. You see, you could have like Malcolm LeBlanc, Mal LeBlanc, white bird. Then you could have like Noir, could be all the black characters' last name. That means black in French. You could have like Felix Noir, black happy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's right. Look, hold on a second. Some other line. Walter Boisseau, sure. Yeah, well, I don't know if I can vote for Walter Boisseau. One day's a Democrat, next day's a Republican. So, I mean, unless depends on whether the election's on Monday, Wednesday, or Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, or Saturday, you know? But I got some advice for Walter, if you don't mind telling me. Tell him that I don't think he can clean up Louisiana with like a box of Tide, you know? I mean, maybe it's just me, you know what I mean? I got to go back to my other call, okay, sure. Now, listen, Kville, now look, the culture of New Orleans, you know, you almost got it right in that first show. You know, when you had the cop drinking on the job. I mean, I ain't going to say that don't happen, but, pal, that's just scratching the surface, okay? Everybody here knows that all the elementary schools have fully stocked bars. That's right. We don't have recess here. We have cocktail hour. But don't get me wrong. We civilized. We don't give the kids martinis until they're in the 5th grade, you know? And that leap test, it's a ruse. I mean, that's a taste test. So the kids got to figure out when they blindfolded whether it's Jim Beam or Jack Daniels. And Absolute Vodka, they got a special flavor for New Orleans. It's like roast beef flavor, that's right. At any given time on the street in New Orleans, all the dogs are loaded out their mind, all right? Yeah. Hold on a second, I gotta go another line. Hello? John George. Oh yeah, sure, I know, he's one of them. John George is governor. Yeah, I read the article about him in Times-Picayune. In fact, it had the perfect slogan for a candidate running for office in the United States in the Times-Picayune article about John George. It said, not quite a self-made man. Oh, it's beautiful. Not quite a self-made man. It's perfect for American democracy, all right? That's perfect for running for office in the United States. And then it said he was a member of the Edwin Edwards administration. And then it said that he had given money to Chairman Copeland's campaign, and he'd given money to David Vitter's campaign. And that he was a business partner with Stan Pompey Barre and Ray Nagin in a hockey team. And then he was also a business partners with Andrew Martin, the guy who was Edwin Edwards' right-hand man and went to prison with him. And he was also business partners with Andrew Martin's right-hand man. I can't remember his name. That they said he was a liar and he went to prison too. And also it said that he was he bought a tugboat company from Robert Guidry. That's the guy that pimped out Edwin Edwards. So John George. So I'm going to vote for this guy twice. I'm going to vote for him twice because you see the reason why. I never had a chance to vote for Meyer Lansky before. Okay, goodbye. Okay, now listen. These plots you got in Kville, they stink, okay? So you need some new ones. I got a couple for you. Now, the first was about a Mormon voodoo doll, because everything with you is voodoo, voodoo, voodoo. Now, the Mormon voodoo doll, this is how this works. You take the Morbin Voodoo doll, you put it in your kitchen, you go to sleep, you wake up in the morning, and all your dishes are done. All right? Now, the other thing is you're big into class warfare, I noticed, too. See, so we can have a Mardi Gras plot where all the rich white people are up on the floats, and when they're throwing little treats and trinkets to the kids and all, they're all high cholesterol. They're trying to get them heart disease. And the trinkets, they're all from China, okay? They're full of lead. Just trying to, it's an insidious plot to kill everybody. And then, finally, a conspiracy theory show. It's going to be the crime of the century when Dick Cheney stole Ray Nagin's hair. Yeah, okay? Yeah. So I got some other line. Charles Foti? Yeah, Charles, yeah, Attorney General, yeah, listen. Well, you know, I want to thank Charles Foti. Would you thank him for me? Because in his ad, he said that his opponents were unqualified and undignified. And believe me, I don't want to vote for a protege of Charles Foti, so thanks for the warning, Charles. I gotta go back to the other line. Okay, KVO, one last thing. It looks like Jindal's going to get elected, you know, so you might have to change, you know, Boulay, he might have to change his hot sauce for chutney, you know, a curry or something when he puts it on his grits. And all the women characters from now on would have to have, like, spots in their forehead, okay? Yeah. All right. I'll send you an invoice. Thanks.